I hope the music's not sounding jacked up. I think it might be sounding jacked up. I think I fucked up. Vigilante Williamson here on the 69th episode. My show, the Vigilante Williamson show. It is. October 25th. Monday, October 25th. Monday. Another manic Monday. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing. Trying. Episode 69. Awesome, right? Hopefully this is an awesome episode. We'll talk about a few things differently. Well, I don't know if it's how different. I want to try to add. I'm trying to do something different with the channel, man. Not just the channel, just in general, the stuff I do. That's why I put up a poll. And interestingly enough, the stuff that nobody wanted, no one wants more entertainment news. And I think I got a little bit tired of some of the gibberish. Keely Child's doing all right. Man, I'm having StreamYard issues, little delays and stuff. Wookiee Supremacy is back. No more Pope Chewbacca Cabras. Hell, Mike, and he draws. Please check out his channel if you haven't. Comment will come up. There it is. The wait down. Thank you for being here. Hell. Let's see. I don't know why there's a delay when I click things. Luke Cannon talking about the cover story. He says I dig Jennifer Walters mostly from John Byrne area, but just like Moon Knight, Derp C is gonna probably make it a dumpster fire. Yeah. Am I cutting out? Huh? Isn't that great? I think this is a StreamYard issue. If you guys remember, actually the first of our daily shows a few weeks ago, it was the day StreamYard was out nationwide. It wasn't just StreamYard. There was a few things. If I remember correctly, I want to say Facebook and Instagram was out the same day, same time. So I'm not sure if StreamYard is secretly a fake book product. But yeah, I know a few weeks ago we had issues. So I'm not sure what's going on. Wookie says it's not much. So that's good. But it's a weird delay as far as clicking on your comments and other things. So if we have some weird technical issues, blame that, not my incompetence. Way Down tends to agree. I realize my most popular episodes are ones that we bullshit about nothing for a couple hours. People are tuning for the outrage. They're tuning out for the outrage. Yeah, I'm starting to tune out the outrage. And speaking of Marvel, loose cannon with a Marvel appropriate $6.16, and I have to actually what you call it? Been a while. I don't get as many super chats, which I listen. You don't owe me anything. I'm just like, I know it's a super chat. Let me just. I don't even get stream on the It's the time I do that, I get one. So thank you, Loose Cannon, man. Thank you. Let's see what you got to say. As we got another delay as this page loads. All right. Man, Loose Cannon 84 had nothing to say. Blank super chat. I appreciate the tip. Just the tip. Everything, keep the lights on the Vigilante Cave open. Hell, there we go. And thank you, Wake Down, for thanking Loose Cannon. Yeah, I think people are tired of outrage. Wondering, are the execs, the powers that be? Am I wrong? I have at ad nauseum said they will never change. Right? They will never change. We have to shout to Fish Chozo, promote a Goofanoid. many a time because we have to happen from mainstream media is not going to happen for these mainstream companies yet, and yet they're redesigning She-Hulk now. I'm not sure if you guys have seen She-Hulk in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Has is this real? I think this is. I was just looking up She-Hulk. I hope this one was real. We'll open the image in new tab and I'll show you guys. But this is come on. This is what She-Hulk is like. I'm not sure if this is official, by the way, but this is what we've had for She-Hulk. This is what we had. Am I cutting out? No. StreamYard, don't do this to me. Hell, JD. Hell, JD. Yeah, this is not fat material, Kelly Chow, but maybe this is. This is what they're going back to classic She-Hulk. And yeah, I am cutting out. I'm having, but I think maybe StreamYard related because StreamYard is having tons of issues. So please bear with me if we have technical issues with this. I don't know if there's anything I can do. I really don't. And Substantial Dildo, appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. So again, if I cut out, there's something wanky. He's talking about fap and winks. Something wonky about what StreamYard's doing. Like if I'm about to click on Low Spec Linux laptop. Oh, now this one popped right up. But yeah, usually when I click, there's like a delay. I just clicked on Sensitive Dildo comment. It takes like 2 or 3 seconds before it shows up. So there's something weird with StreamYard. So if there's technical issues, if I cut out, if there's issue with the stream, maybe refresh the stream. I'm not sure if it could be a YouTube thing as well. So I apologize about that. But She-Hulk is a woman again. Like I said, that picture we just showed, and actually, I'll get it back up. This is how She-Hulk. Oh Lord, a lot of stuff. Let me get this. That's what happens when you have. Oh come on, jeez. When you have no. Well, I do have a producer. So I guess I have to wait now. But yeah, this. Damn it, picture. There we go. There we go. So to go from this, to me, on some level, is this proving what I'm saying? This is changing. This is rolling back. This is back in. Yeah, a female woman with no PP sensor dildo. A woman with no PP referred to as 96. Yeesh. And Wait Down says, yeah, you're not on the back end of StreamYard, but you could be. I'm not sure if that would help though. I think well, right now there's technical issues, and then I think I still would be the bottleneck. I think I still be the bottleneck. Yes, this is episode 69. And Pat hates you or me. Oh, it hates me. It hates me completely. None of my notifications go out. I have hundreds of subs who probably don't know how to even make content still. Like they never will see my content ever again. Ever. They probably will be better off seeing my content not being subbed to me. Hell, Morgan Holloway tuning in from the factory. Shout out to the factory. Shout out to the House of Holloway. Appreciate you being here. And let's kind of got the robot, my roboting, even better. Even better. Thank you, StreamYard. I appreciate all your help. Maybe it's my maybe I'm having connection issues and it's not StreamYard. Golly. This is great. But I don't see any connection issues on my end. That's the thing. It doesn't show any indications of connection issues. It doesn't show like anything. It's just everything is going really, really slow. And I don't know why. And I don't know what I could do. Um, I have no idea what to do or why this is. Yeah, YouTube hates all of us. I apologize. It's not that bad. Uh, it's pretty bad. VW. Maybe minimize Pornhub. Pornhub is not up. Let me see something. I think. Let me see something else. Because it may be going off the Wi-Fi instead of the wired-in connection. That's the only thing I can think. So, hold on. I see somebody saying it's passable. It's not passable for me. I got to try something. So I may cut out again as I switch from Wi-Fi to wired. So I apologize. But I mean, and again, this is not the first time we've had technical issues on these daily shows. Because the very first episode, StreamYard literally went down nationwide. So it was not my fault. And this one may not be my fault. Golly, see. Hold on. Okay, I should be on the wired connection. I'm not sure if there's a. Yeah, so I should be on the wired connection right now. Yeah, message to YouTube. We do not kneel. Hail to the fandom menace. Yeah. You know what? Since you did, it's exactly like that. The white man is trying to keep me down. Or in this case, the white woman, as YouTube is ran by white women. Kill the Child says either Molech or the real Ultron. Could be. We're not. Oh, wait, down says we're not trying to keep him down. Dildo, JD, and I would have gotten memos. Okay. I guess you guys haven't gotten the memo to keep me down. By I guess the white brotherhood, the white nationalist brotherhood. Who knows? So yeah, I just switched to the wired connection. I think maybe maybe this will be better. Maybe I'll still be cutting out. I apologize. Drake has a Moloch tattoo on his chest. Yeah, that OVO thing is Molech. That would be my guess. Could be. I don't want to get sacrificed. I don't think I'm that famous. All right. Technical issues aside, I really apologize to anyone watching this live. Hopefully they're ironed out. Even though there was a guy that we covered on Saturday. Oh, I'm sorry. A woman. Gotta give them a proper gender. Don't want to misgender anyone. But a woman who was pale. And this individual was definitely on the masculine side. We'll call it that. How about that? Cincha Dildo says you don't get the memos. You're poor white. JD on the other hand, guys arguing about that. But back to my point. This is She-Hulk. It's actually She-Hulk. And it's kind of a shock. Because again, they were with this. If you were watching the Primetime Kings yesterday on 24/7 Fusion Media's channel, which you should. We're doing it on Sundays now, thanks to my schedule. We were covering some of this, and we showed some of the other versions of She-Hulk, this red blonde masculine version. But eventually, this is what we're going back to. We're going back to a more feminine looking She-Hulk. Still has musculature, still looks strong, but a lot more feminine. Now, timing is everything. Make no mistake. There's a She-Hulk series coming up. This is talking about the comic series, but there's a television series that's coming up. And I honestly think that Zerho. But the reason that still feels like a slight victory to me is because they even care to. I mean, we just saw this every week. every week. They're regendering and orientating a superhero or changing a race, doing some woke wankery. The same thing that we were talking about earlier. And they're getting tired of hearing us complain about it, as well they should. As well, I'm getting tired of complaining about it. Marvel or DC or Disney or some facet of entertainment. You know what? I don't want normies after they watch She-Hulk on Disney Plus. I don't want normies to go find this. And to be fair, this is the first time I've seen that in a long time. Because they have had no problem with normies finding this. They have had no problem with the comic shop to buy Riri Williams. They've had no problem with that. But we're starting to see some sort of a change. Now, does this mean we're going to get good material soon? Probably not. But I do find it interesting. I do find it interesting. Drake is the guy for the meme. Yeah, I guess that's one way of referring to him. You guys are going with they Hulk, Zer Hulk, Tree Self Hulk. This is She Hulk. This is a woman. Like I said, no PP. Speaking of no PP, Dan Slott. He's a douche, but at least his She Hulk run was decent. I see. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. I like this one, loose cannon. Hulk. The anatomy is garbage on Zer Hulk. Who the fuck drew that? I have no idea. I have no idea. And then this. Yet I don't know if this is official or a joke, but it's disturbing either way. Very disturbing. Hell, Captain Trek. Please check out Captain Trek's channel. I always talk about great YouTubers. He does stuff pretty much daily, if I remember correctly, if I'm seeing correctly. Oh no, the annoying audio is cutting out. Jesus. And there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. It may make this episode shorter because I hate the idea of my audio constantly cutting out. Because it's like I'm talking, it's not even getting across the airwaves. Up. Luckily, I can record or download stuff on this end, so it shouldn't be as bad. Like when we do clips. But that's this sucks. And thank you, StreamYard. I'm glad I'm paying you every month. Is I like her better when she looks like a woman. I think most people do. I think most people actually do. I don't think anyone liked Zerhal. I don't think anybody liked this masculine male Hulk. It was just to prove a point. It was just to virtue signal. And now they're done virtue signaling. Now they're done because normies are going to watch She-Hulk. Normies are going to, look into She-Hulk. They don't want normies to see this crazy behemoth. And that to me is a slight, I don't know if victory is the right word, but a slight change of pace. I mean, hell, we have fucking Ghostbusters coming out. We know Ghostbusters 2016. You know how not only how woke that was, but how that was one of the first movies that I remember that had that, if you don't like our politics, don't buy our books energy. It was like, you're sexist. If you remember the angry video game nerd didn't want to review the movie. You must be a bigot, you bigots. That sort of marketing. And obviously, there's still a lot of Hollywood marketing. Same with Terminator Dark Fate. We don't care what you think. You don't like us. It's your bigotry. They're not doing that here. They're not doing it here. And loose cannon, it should not get you to buy a new Marvel. They need to do a lot more than this. To earn your money back, they need to do a lot more than this. And hell, man, War 665, neighbor of the beast. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, StreamYard is a bigot. They're bigotry. hold because again, I don't see anything as far as connection issues on my side. So if it's cutting out, it's completely StreamYard and YouTube and or YouTube because I don't even see like my sound is coming out. I hear myself. I don't know. Let me see. Try to turn myself. I don't know. Hail to the Alliance. Hail Alliance. Yeah, I like Alliance better. I can't remember if it was you who came up with it, but yeah, Alliance is a lot better than Illuminati. I'm not in the fellowship. StreamYard is racist because they don't have a dark mode. Oh, there you go, bigots. You bigots at StreamYard. And you know what? You shouldn't. Keely Chow, don't buy any new comics. I'm not. This is not me saying, "Hey, let's everybody. Hey, they're changing. We can go back and buy stuff." Um, maybe you have to erase your browser history and cookies. That works for me. I didn't think about that. You might be right. You might be right. Let's see if that works. Hold on. I'm not sure if that'll screw. I'm not sure if I'm about to do this and delete the stream. Uh, history and all that good stuff, and see what happens. So hold on, let me make sure I'm not showing my history because I want to show anything. Don't want to show the Prawn Hub. I've never watched Prawn on this computer to be honest. Being 1,000% honest. Let's see, clear browser data. You know what? Okay. So we'll see. Maybe this will impact things. Maybe it's not. Not sure what that is. Dark mode is racist because black squares don't show up. Jeez. There are plenty of places where you can read this stuff for free if you're dying of curiosity. Oh, you talk about the comics? Yeah. But what I mean is, you don't have to rush back just because they're trying to do normie bait. I just think it's interesting that they're even normie baiting when they've shown many a time they don't give a fuck. Remember the Equalizer, which I've heard they ended up making it more about a team, more about what you thought it should have been anyway. Where the Equalizer or Queen Latifah is not this active action star, but instead of like the head of some team or something. I don't know. I haven't watched it. But like, there's always something that's always this almost in your face marketing. You don't like it, there's something wrong with you. It's your bigotry. All right, this, that, and third, enjoy Zer Hulk, enjoy this masculine Hulk, this PP having She Hulk, and like it. You know what I mean? But no, they said, you know what? Let's make it more feminine because normies are going to watch. Is this a sign of the times? Is this a sign of the change? No. What I think it actually is, I think that there are people, erase the prawn veg, work for all these entertainment companies who are like, look, we got to tone this to make money. I think there are more of those individuals, or at least they're having a little bit more say. It's not going to be it's not even going to be even. But I do think, and I've said this before, I do think they're going to throw us a bone a little bit more often in efforts to trick us into financing all their bullshit. They will still release a lot of woke bullshit. We're still going to get a lot of woke garbage from Marvel and Disney. Make no mistake, She-Hulk being returned and restored does not mean we won't, but it does mean they're going to make an effort to at least try to make stuff that normal people would like. Does that mean you should change how you feel? I don't think so. If you don't get entertainment that you want, then don't watch it. If you don't like their politics, don't buy their books. Of this, I think we'll get more bits of fan service or characters return. We're also going to get more characters, coming out, more characters getting race swap, but they're going to try to balance it out because they need us to finance the garbage. And Wookie, what the hell? Yes. He says, give me anything. I'll see the racism in it. Yeah, it is spoken like a true SJW. They'll just get smart in the way to pepper in the propaganda. But even that is some sort of a, I don't know if victory is the right word, but it is a concession by them. Because it is bait. Look, yeah, I agree with this. It's bait. They're sick of not making money. I agree with this stuff. And hello there, all thinker. Appreciate you being here. I definitely think this is just bait. But they didn't even care to bait us. They didn't care. There was no bait when what was the Aquaman I'll cover your ocean or some shit. They didn't even bait. They just said fuck it or some shit. They just changed. It was just it. There was no way. They didn't bait with John Kent the other week. They just had him kiss a guy with pink hair. He's just gay as fuck. That's just how it was. That's just how it is. So the very fact that they're trying to bait shows this. What may happen is we may accidentally get good material. There's a chance we may get good material out of Marvel, out of Disney, out of the entertainment industry. It isn't an effort of bait, but it may happen. It's a potential. It's just a small dose of optimism in this dark world at the same time. And I wouldn't be thinking of this as a major reverse course, but there are those. Eternal directors Chloe Zhao says no point in including gay. Again, it's a little bit of a step back from studying brave bigotry. That's all they've said for any of their agenda filled movies. And yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. Yeah, please smash the like button, share, sub. Make sure you're subbed. I'm sure I lost a sub because I lose subs every time I do anything. But yeah, this is not. It's not just She-Hulk. We see the Eternals director again taking a step back. Usually it's hey, audience are ready for this, this, that, third, and agenda. StreamYard is a triumph. Yeah, yes, no, but Ira, we are having a terrible stream. It's a laggy stream. And thank you for being here, both as yourself and our thinker. I am sorry for the stream. It's 13, 14 people here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. And shout out to anyone who's on D Live. I don't always check my D Live, but I appreciate you here as well. It is PR damage control bullshit. I don't disagree with these things, but they hadn't even made the effort to do this stuff, and they're starting to make the effort to do. I forgot the guy's name because he's a famous actor, the director of Venom. Shit. I'm looking. I can see the guy's face. I can't think of the actor's name or just actor/director. But he directed Venom, and Venom's coming out and having all these gay moments and shit. And then but at the same time, you have this. The Eternals, which was supposed to be this woke triumph. It's triumph. You have the what is she? Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao in this triumph, The Eternals, and she's saying, maybe we don't need to get everything up if the audiences don't want it. I can't believe they're even doing damage control. I can't believe it. Wait Down says they can't keep generating outrage by destroying things if there's nothing to destroy. At this point, they have to give us something before they can take it away. There's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that. So her talking about Fastos, she said that he'd already been made gay when she signed on to be a director. So right introducing the MCU's first openly gay superhero was already written into the story before she signed in as director. That is a issue in and of itself, that these movies are pre-made. more evidence that these fucking Marvel movies, these directors don't do anything. Like, how do you have all this shit already written on? And also just proving agenda, right? Like, no matter what she wanted, she was going to get a gay superhero if she wanted to do this movie, and she just, that's just how it was. Well, she probably was all along with it, but still. Let's see. Marvel is running with She-Hulk because Universal owns Hulk and they can't make him gay. Maybe. And we were talking a little bit about that Universal thing. I don't understand that, but that's another can of worms. How do you make him gay? Thor can be gay for Hulk. I shouldn't give them ideas, but Thor can be gay for Hulk. When Zhao asked, or when asked if Zhao had anything to do with all the gender swaps and the inclusion of gay hero, Feige said, well, the notion of switching of gender, sexuality, and ethnicities of the characters from the comics was baked in initially. That was part of what Nate Moore was really advocating in moving Eternals to the top of the list for us to start working on. What exactly the makeup was between Nate, when Nate put together his internal discussion document, which is how we always start all of our projects. What she came in and did, I don't recall exactly. So he's like, I don't remember what she did. I don't know if she did. So basically, Kevin Feige, he either misremembered, which he could. I mean, he's a busy motherfucker. But he's not taking the blame or putting the blame on the race. He's like, yeah, it's just something we want to do. I don't remember what she did. I don't remember what this person we call director did in the movie. Because they don't really do anything. So this article is shitting on the MCU process as much as it's doing anything. The Marvel method, so to speak. You know what I just thought about? The MCU, in a way, holds on to the Marvel method from the comics in the 60s because they're pre-made. It's almost the opposite. Whereas the Marvel method was you get a synopsis and then the artist basically did the work, and then the writer came in with dialogue. So the artist did a lot of work. And this is almost the opposite, where you get a pre-built movie and you almost just fill in the dialogue. You don't even fill in the dialogue. You just fill in a few non-action Marvel method from filmmaking. And this is just destroying it. Because you see, Kevin Feige doesn't know what the damn director did. The director had no choice in a lot of the decisions that were made in the movie. It just seems like a kind of a mess. And this is normal. We've heard about this from Marvel for a while. Because it was, a lot of these movies are already made. A lot of movies the next few years, a lot of movies that we were talking about last week. And that's they're already made, or a lot of it's already done as far as CG. They were already made, probably before the pandemic. A lot of this is pre-made. These are McDonald's movies. If Fish chose them, I didn't hear this, but apparently Disney, Doctor Strange is to remove his signature style. Jeesh. And enough to accept our progressive views as far as what she's saying about the fast thing. Maybe. Keely Chow, as it comes up on the screen. Remember when Stan Lee, Jack Kirby used the X-Men comics to tackle racism, anti-Semitism, anti-gay bigotry, hate, and the times while promoting diversity and inclusion? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, actually doing it accurately, like not in a buzz term sense, but being allegorical and letting the reader make decisions. Turtles is the first movie that's ever been made. Amazing. It's a triumph, Zach. It's a triumph, just like StreamYard, which is why I'm cutting out every 5 minutes. His back door is a giant green one, Marvel Phase 5. There you go. That's the tolerance and progressiveness I want to see from my crowd. You bigots. All the Marvel movies should be pre-made. They have been writing them for decades. Well, yeah, they have. Yeah, well, they're not pre-making them like in a good way, where they're using all the visuals and spinning everything around. Well, Stanley and Jack Kirby, fair, a lot of that you got to give Chris Claremont later on in the 80s and 90s. He kind of went a little heavier handed in that direction. Um, Specifically, speaking about Fasto, Zhao told IndieWire the way Fasto's story people and believes the technology is going to solve the problem. Obviously, he's lost faith in us for some. He had to stop looking at us as a whole and look at one person he falls in love with and one child to begin to face humanity. It's like us turning out, or the news thinking it's going to be completely hopeless. And they go home looking at a lover and a child was like, actually, this is worth fighting for. Oh boy. What is going on with that picture? Zhao then detailed the audience doesn't care about fast toes and his family there. Zhao detailed that if the audience doesn't care about fast toes and his family, there was no real reason for them to be in the movie. She explained to position the family in that specific situation and have that moment feel authentic and real. Putting in the screen because they don't feel it. Not only does Zhao talk to anywhere about fast toes and families were okay. Now I see what you're saying. Essentially, though, she is kind of saying what you were like. Oh well, if they're not progressive enough, or maybe she's also talking about like just artist speak. They have to shoot. What the hell? She discussed there's a sex scene feature in the film, like with Fast Toes. Zhao claims the sex scene was already in the treatment before she joined the movie as a director. Everything was already in the treatment before you joined as director. And Jesus Christ, bounding these ads from the moment what you see on screen. There was, I don't know what this word is, a lot of discussion about how to do it. But I think the desire to do something different is a very natural desire for what Marvel Studios is right now. It's like the Westerns coming out in the revisionist periods in the 70s. I think it's going to happen in the superhero film. Superhero films are going to die, and the Eternals is going to be a massive bomb. I entered this story to talk about the potential that maybe there's a to, I guess, continue to change a heart thing that from the original story that we're talking about with the She-Hulk. But looking into this MCU method of movies, Chloe Zhao, this director, who by the way was hired because of her heritage for them to get into China and for this film to be played in China, because she's so critical of the CCP, which she should be because of the CCP is evil, which is why it sucks that the American government is based on the CCP now. But China, and she was only hired because of China, which is ironic. And she wasn't hired because of her ability to direct, because she basically is admitting she didn't really direct it, or a lot of didn't even know what the hell she did. So this is this is how the MCU has been made for a while. And Fish Chozo talked. Oh, it's every 5 seconds, not minutes. That's wonderful. You guys are troopers for bearing with this. Then you're a trooper for bearing with this. And this is every 5 seconds. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's very ironic. He did a movie series that the MCU has become. Like I said, Fizz was talking about in the chat that they are removing all of Sam Raimi's signature scenes or signature style from Doctor Strange to make it more bland, more corporate, more TV than her. So this is a mess. And Wookie, I think you're right. Same thing happened to Marvel when Stan died. That happened to Playboy when Hef died. Yeah, we covered the Playboy, the trans women and all other shit, and Playboy, the man, and Playboy is like, okay, this is not what this is for. Yeah, women happen. Wiki, you're worse than me. Do you think they have to dig up Stan Lee? Oh Jesus, don't give them ideas, Zax. Yes, there probably are sketches of just that drawn by Marvel feminist artists. I am 100% sure of it. All right, Wait Now has to pretend to be a productive adult for a bit. Catch the rest of the stream, and I want to clip the replay. I'll take it easy. Check your Twitter later. I will. Tips hat. Hell, Wait Down. Appreciate it. Hopefully this if you Wait Now, if you have issues because there's a choppy, it's a very choppy download, whatever you download is really chopped up, and the audio is having issues just like the stream is, let me our copy. It should be cleaner than this. Hopefully it's cleaner than what you're getting broadcast, because I again apologize about it going in and out. I haven't actually checked it myself. Actually check it on my phone. But yeah, the MCU, we've already known it's plastic. It's pre-made, it's pre-packaged garbage. It is good to see that kind of confirmed, basically. It's kind of confirmed. All right, let's move along. Maybe we'll actually not be rushing at the end of this episode, because we're nearing the end. There's a couple things I want to talk about, because we're about to get into somebody refuting Ruby Rose's claims, or at least pushing back against them. I did want to add, on Saturday's episode, late Saturday night with Vigilante Williamson, I always check that out every week. Talked a little bit about the Alec Baldwin situation, and I'm not going to reset that whole story, but I guess because Batwoman has a similar thing with the crew, with just the set, the danger on these Hollywood sets. Somebody's a paraplegic from working on Batwoman, and obviously we have all the Alec Baldwin shooting cinematographer, director, killing the cinematographer of his movie Rust. Apparently, there's they've been looking into the armor. Is a person who I believe was like 24, very young, very inexperienced. There's also reports there was live action being used with that very gun for target practice. So I feel very I don't know, vindicated is the right word, but I definitely feel like I made the right decision in withholding sympathy for Mr. Baldwin, because at bare minimum, as a producer, he seems to have some culpability, and it's something funky. Something funky definitely went on that and on that set, and I think something funky went on this set. But there's a crew member who is speaking out and saying that maybe the funky thing that went on this set was Ruby Rose's attitude. As Wookiee supremacy has what's the word? Open? I don't know. I'm using too many big words. But as he interjects, it's so obvious that Ruby Rose is pissed about being a girl. She does come off like that. Well, since you dildo, I'm hoping that the downloaded copy is a lot less. Downloaded copy is choppy. If it's less choppy. If it's not, then we're screwed. Yeah, he fired a weapon without checking it first. A weapon that apparently had live ammo on the set multiple times. He also either a person to do the job. So I really think there's some issues. More parties are coming forward to challenge Ruby Rose's claims about toxic working conditions or the and Warner Brothers pushed back, and now we're starting to see people on set. First, Warner Brothers TV, who issued a statement refuting Rose's claim, followed by extra rebuttal by the show's Luke Fox backwing actor Cameron Johnson. I didn't see that. Not a testimony of a production assistant from season 1 named Alexander J. Baxter. It's an interesting name. Provide detail or even more scandal. In a statement given to CBR, Baxter asserted while he was initially assigned, little did I know the hell that awaited me on those sets. So maybe those sets were still terrible. Continue Baxter, everyone explained everyone was professional and nice, save Rose, who was anything but. The production company was professional, dedicated to countless night shoots. It sounded to be an amazing experience in the making. Then came Ruby Rose. From day one, where her supposed injury stopped her from doing 60% of her job, she began her first day on show not acknowledging a single crew member besides anyone above the line. Baxter further alleges that Rose's she treated PAs great. They were working long hours, and she was allegedly failing to memorize her lines or show up on time. She stormed off the set, yelled at people whenever she interacted with any of us production assistants. We were disregarded as the trash we pick up. He recalled 2 incidents. One where Rose giggled at the crew for setting up heaters and a snack table in her green room per special request, and another where she spilled some food, looked at Baxter, walked on to leave him to clean it up. This is what it felt like working beneath Ruby, cleaning up her mess. A statement commiserates. She never thanked us. She only made demands and left us exhausted emotionally and physically. So yeah, she saw, at least according to this guy's testimony. Ooh, sorry for cutting out. My voice is getting dry. But she kind of sounds like a bitch. If this is to be believed, you know, take anything you hear with a grain of salt. So at this point, Baxter called Rose a dictator. The drugs, when friends of hers, the days she was working exorbitantly late by 8 hours. Oh boy. She didn't care how long we waited for her and made sure everything was perfect. Started the show. She made every new person that came on uneasy and unsupported. She was a horrible star. Made us feel like we were helping make a show for a dictator. Rose would public with her accusations. Baxter was infuriated because I haven't been there. I don't want to stand by her and let her badmouth a company she tried to screw over. Rose previously argued the work environment on the set of Batwoman was verification when you talk about all the injuries of all the crew members that Batwoman set was the unsafe, regardless of how shitty she was to the PAs, or shitty or not. You know, this is one guy's testimony. It could definitely be spin, or it could be true. It could be true and legitimate. So this, you know, I'm not trying to take a side on. Try to report everything as objectively as I can. Woman set was unsafe, independent of her treatment of the PAs. Because again, somebody got paralyzed, and there were people who were injured. Apparently, received no compensation from the Warner Brothers as proof. And she also claimed the stuntman got so badly burned his face melted off. And none of and all that we heard from her claims on any of the injuries. He just said she's shitty herself, which I don't know that she is or isn't. I hadn't heard, you know, she's a Hollywood. I don't know if star is the right word, but she was definitely had a lot of fame going in the Batwoman, and this is supposed to be this big star vehicle. It obviously wasn't, but that, you know, I could definitely see that being the case as well. I don't know. Oh, the ace is off, but let's see what else is in this article. Warner issued her own statement countering Rose's charges as revisionist history, and she was let go after multiple complaints of her misbehavior were quietly investigated and filed to hold Warner. So there's also, you know, that's Warner's side of the story. Kind of matches up what we were talking about earlier. Cameron Johnson, that's gay Batwing, backed up that side of the story when he tweeted Rose was in fact fired, which takes a lot for it to happen to a lead actor, and claimed that her accusations were nothing more than lies. So that's the Ruby Rose story. I don't know. I do know a lot of people got hurt. I don't know how difficult or not she was on set. Zax has to go back to work. Hail Zax. Have a good day. Have a good woman, Serena Williams. After watching DirecTV with Serena Williams dressed up as Wonder Woman, there used to be a commercial where she temporarily replaces Javicia Leslie as Batwoman. What's going on with Amber? Oh, Keely Child said the Batwoman would have been more dangerous if Amber Heard was a cast member. Yeah, you can't say anything bad about Amber or YouTube nukes it. Fuck Amber Heard. Let's see. Ruby Rose did show some email text that proved what she was saying. I haven't actually checked out her Instagram, so you might be right. And again, in this statement and all this stuff, the account that says, "So no, that didn't happen." All we're getting is she was a bitch, which she may have been, but that's independent of the safety of the set. This person said nothing to the safety of the set. I still don't know how safe or unsafe this set was. Yeah, I was just about to say, Wookie, that she is kind of Zerhawk in real life. Um, you can investigate Serena Williams. You can investigate their gender as as an independent. You do that on your own time. We have enough issues with YouTube. I don't need to be transvestigating Serena Williams live over there. I got enough issues. We can barely get StreamYard to get a whole sentence out without cutting me off. So maybe it's what I said about her says Wookiee supremacy. Maybe. You know what, Wookie? Your heartlessness is as heartless as you were to both the Alec Baldwin situation and to the Ruby Rose situation. There's some, as much as I hate to admit it, there's some justification for your heartlessness, man. Unfortunately, I still feel for the crew members, man. They didn't deserve that shit. But to be, pretty callous towards Rose, maybe you were right to be. And then the Alec Baldwin situation is not looking good. I really think he should be arrested, man. If he, I really do. If they were using that gun as target practice on set, nah, man, this is a manslaughter situation. Because then it is your job. If you know that they're putting regular bullets in this gun, then it is your job then to make sure there are none when you're using it. That then becomes your job. And yes, Man of War 665, neighbor of the 665 subs. I think I'm at 664 for the second or third time because they keep taking subs away. Bro, Serena and Wendy, I'm not sure about. Now, Wendy, I'm really not sure about. I've never thought Wendy was a woman. Serena, I'm a little on in the tweeter zone, just like Michael Obama, I don't believe. I know, yeah, transvestigation is not new. Yes, transvestigate is not a new word. That's check it out. I'm not sure if they still have it on YouTube, but there are a lot of people who think all celebrities are trans. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Speaking of trans, it's not really a trans. You guys see the great? This is the meme of the day because we're making good time. We're actually not going to push up against any hard outs. We're going to actually go ahead and wrap it up because especially on technical issues, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up early. But did you guys see this last week? The great WNBA championship parade. I don't know if the sound is on. The sound never works. You see this wonderful parade. Look at this turnout. Yay, WNBA champions. Hooray. Look at the WNBA champions. Look at all the people happy to see the WNBA. Yes. Yes, Queen Slay. Let's go, Brandon. Yes. Let's go. The champions have arrived for the WNBA. Oh, man. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares at all. The WNBA should be a thing, man. That's just reality. For a league to exist, it literally, it has never, ever profited, ever. It only exists because it's subsidized. Subsidized by the real league. And there are owners who have been forced to own both types of team, regular NBA, WNBA, who are pissed that they have to own one of these shitty WNBA teams. So yeah, and that was in Chicago of all places. So you think that would be a crazy turnout? If it was a real sport, WNBA. I'm not trying to shit on how hard those girls work, but it doesn't generate. It really doesn't. Manowar has tears in his fucking eyes. It's incredible. You bigots. Why aren't you giving them equal pay? The Bulls would people watching the Bulls parade. Yeah, they will. That was priceless. You know what? I kind of want to see it again. But go ahead and go back to that. We got the time. I just want to bask in the majesty of women athletics. Hooray, women athletics. This is the pinnacle of women athletics, by the way, because can you guys hear the sound, by the way? Because the sound makes it bad. One Bush lesbian who's recording this, the only woman who cares. But the majesty of women's sports. This is the pinnacle of women's sports, man, because they're going to destroy it. You know what? I have a question for the chat before we wrap up. We hit this positive news story. Wrap up. Do you guys think that in a less bigoted world, where a world where there are trans women competing in athletics, do you think there's a bigger turnout for the WNBA parade? If the WNBA parade, if the WNBA wasn't so bigoted, it allowed trans out for the WNBA. That's the question of the day for yourself. I don't know. I kind of think there might be. I think more people will watch the WNBA if it was men. You think it would be less? You might be right. Depends on how athletic the women are. Like if they're able to dunk on each other and shit, might be more. But all right, let's get into a very positive story that actually I saw on a couple of YouTubers covering this, and I'm glad to cover this. Hopefully, wait down if you're going to clip something out. I definitely would have clipped this story out. I think there's a positive story worth posting, and I haven't posted every positive story clipped out, but I definitely want to post this if it works. Who knows what's going to happen with this choppy ass stream? But dads joining for let me reset it for the edit. Dads joined forces to bring safety to Violet School and its work. Who answered the call? A bunch of dads. And this is not just any Louisiana school. This is in Shreveport, Louisiana, literally the origin of Ratchet City itself. A coalition of concerned fathers stepped up at the local high school in Shreveport after a series of disturbing fights broke out over the course of a week. More than violence, about 40 fathers came together for a special group called Dads on Duty. They take turns spending time at the school, greeting students in the morning, and helping maintain a positive environment for learning rather than fighting. So far, the effort has been working, and there hasn't been a single incident on campus since the dad showed up. I don't know if I'll get claimed by CBS News. Somebody definitely needs covering a lot of this stuff because a lot of stuff I've covered, I'll see. I think she uses Sunny Skies and a couple of similar sites that I use. So she'll end up probably covering this Friday anyway. I can imagine. Um, but I saw this, or I think it was an ABL or no, I think it was Greg Ford, Black Conservative Perspective. I saw this. I was like, man, this is such an awesome thing, man. I think with all that the United States government has fucking done to get black fathers out of the home, and they've done a shit ton of stuff. It's interesting that all it takes is a few dads. A high school has way more than 40 kids, but just 40, it just took 40 fathers in shifts to help bring some order to it. And I just could imagine what you would do to a lot of these kids' lives if they didn't, a lot of these kids, the only male figure, the only father figure they probably have is some of these dads. They don't have them in their own lives. And I wonder when we even have this fighting situation that necessitates this group, if a lot of those kids have fathers in their lives. I can't help but to wonder that. But it's a good thing these individuals came together and said, let's do something about the kids. Let's actually help our kids. Let's do something that the schools can't do. We talk how shitty these school systems are. And in a lot of these ratchet areas, again, Shreveport, the origin of ratchet. But I'm not saying as an exaggeration. That is where a lot of these areas, it's the teachers, to quote Nas, is just paid to show up, believe no one succeeds. They don't really care. And the kids are fighting. They just, go along with it. It's just normal here. As for doing something, shout out to the dads for taking things in their own hands and not letting the school system fuck around and we gotta, a lot of kids go to jail young, and again, not the nicest area. It's not a good look for those students who were arrested. I wish those students the best. I wish everyone at this high school the best. I wish all these fathers the absolute best. I wish all you guys the absolute best. I think it is time to hit the music. Let's see. Here we go. Wish you guys the absolute best. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been awesome. Yeah. Margaret Sanger. Planned Parenthood is eugenics. I've said that many a time, and I've said feminism and a lot of this shit is hate the black man ever since Gloria Steinem got pumped and dumped by Jim Brown. But thank you, Man of War 665, neighbor of the beast. Thank you, Wook Supremacy. What is this? He said, thinking the WNBA played the Benny Hill theme, Yakety Saxon will get exponentially Man of War. Eventually, biological women will be completely edged out of any sports competition and we cannot compete with men on the same level. Doesn't matter what the competition is, but yeah, so we'll see how the WNBA goes. But all right. Thank you, Wookiee Supremacy. Thank you, Man of War. Thank you, Keely Chow. I can't really click on everybody because it's not working. Shout out to Our Thinker and Noble Iro, which I believe is the same person. Shout out to Low Spec Linux Laptop, Cinch Dildo, the Wait Down, and a bunch of other people. And Fish Chozo, I'm sorry, I can't say everybody's acts because of the damn StreamYard elements or StreamYard shit fucking up. So thank you all. Captain Trek. How can I forget Captain Trek? David Serta. Thank you all for joining. I apologize for all the issues. Thank you for dealing with all the technical issues. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share, subscribe, please do that. And if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night or good afternoon, I guess. And God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Trying to ice skate uphill. Peace. Wow, this delay is killing me. The show should be over. It's not ending the show. End the show. It won't end. Crazy. I can't end the show. It thinks I logged out. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Good. Hopefully the wake down doesn't clip this. It logged me out of StreamYards. This is a hell of a thing. So I got to log back in just to end the show. We're going to play the music the whole time. Fuck it. We're doing it live. This is the wackiest shit. StreamYards, you're a wacky platform. Thank you for nothing. Jesus Christ. Let me log in so I can end this goddamn show. What a hit to my life. I'm trapped in YouTube. Oh, shit. This is really wacky. I've never had this happen where the show really just will not end. I have to go through all this shit to try to log back in just to end the show. Hey, at least I got to the part of the song. Jesus Christ. All right. Now I'm coming in clear. Isn't that great? Now I'm coming in clear. This is terrible. Well, thank you, Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast. I got to read the super chat now. What does Neighbor of the Beast say? This never-ending show. I think the Beast has something to do with this damn show. Get your neighbor, Man of War, through some towards decent internet. It's not the internet issue. It is StreamYard's issue. And I think this issue is done. Thank you for watching the show. I'm not sure what happened with StreamYards. Peace.